trees, hoof prints in the dust and cattle gone with the breeze. A broken fence line, a trail headed west, the kind of signs that don't let a rancher rest to rest. So I rode into town with a pistol on my side, hired two gun hands with cold in their eyes. One called Crow, the other just Red, said they'd ride for coin and leave the rustlers dead. Now we're camped in the hills where the coyotes cry, watching every shadow, every flicker passing by. We don't sleep, we don't speak, just waiting on doom, praying we see them in the shadows of the moon. Crow carved on a bone. I stared down the valley feeling hollow and alone. The wind carried voices too quiet to place, like ghosts on the ridgeland wearing someone else's face. Then just past midnight the silence broke, saw figures riding low through the sagebrush smoke. Crow said they're here and the fire died down. We mounted up quiet, boots barely touching ground. And now we're moving through shadows with the steel drawn tight. Three wraiths riding down into that silver light. Our breath held like thunder, waiting to boom. We caught sight of the rustlers in the shadows of the moon. Elbow cries out as a far rider falls. Gunfire lit the hills like a flash of hell. Echoes rang out where the last ones fell. Dust and blood mixed on the canyon floor, but when it cleared, there were shadows no more. Now the fire's burning low and the stars look cold. We're counting the cost in the stories we hold, but not all of them died in that bloody monsoon. One got away beneath the shadows of the moon. One got away, but not for long. One got away, but not for long. Buzzards circle high, sky burned to ash, blood still fresh where we left the last. But one slipped the noose, ghost in the dust. We saddle back up, killing's just. Crow rides quiet, got a knife in his hand. Red hums a tune like a hanging band. We ride with the wind, no sleep, no prey, swearing we'll make that bastard pay. We don't speak of heaven, we don't fear hell. A man takes cattle, he signs his death spell. A trail fades to nothing on the blood-soaked plain, but we'll ride it down through hunger and pain. One got away, but not for long. teens run dry, lips cracked and burned, eyes on the ground where the hoof prints turn. Red says when I find him I'll break both his knees. Crow just grins, says I'll do worse than these. Found a ranch past the rise, sitting quiet and low, look like sin wrapped in a silver glow. No smoke, no dogs, no signs of town, but fresh prints led straight to the back corral. We don't speak of mercy, we don't flinch at sin. We got bullets to burn and fire within. The trail led us here to this ghostly place where vengeance hides behind a stranger's face. One got away, but not for long. That night by the fire, nobody spoke, just sharp steel glinting and the smell of smoke. Red rolled a smoke, said dawn'll be loud. Crow just nodded, eyes dark and proud. We'll ride at first light through the breaking storm, with cold hands itching and hearts gone warm. The devil can wait, we're coming soon for the man who ran in the shadows of the moon. Light broke on the canyon's rim, dust like ash, air cold and grim. We rode from camp with death in our eyes, three shadows slid beneath blood-red skies. Tracks led down to a crooked old spread, rotten fence lines and cattle half dead. Smoke curled slow from a barn gone lean, and every man there looked born unclean. Crow whispered too many, red just spat, said hell's full, make room where they're at. They had numbers, but we had hate. 5 to 1, still they met their fate. burned their souls, carved out their name. We left that ranch where their bodies bled, another tomb in the valley of the dead. One slithered off, he'll soon be found, and he'll beg for life when we run him down. So we ride again through smoke and dust, a trail of blood, a blade of trust. He thought he'd run, but a man like that don't run far. The trail was faint, but the blood ran strong. Boot tracks crooked where they don't belong. He ran through the night like a hunted thing, left behind men, gold, and a rustled king. Red said he's scared, he'll try to buy time. Crow just stared like he heard a chime. I just rode on dust in my teeth, dreaming of justice buried beneath. There's no mercy in the wind tonight. No law out here, no wrong or right. Just a reckoning written in lead and skin for the man who ran and the ghosts of sin. He can pray, he can lie, but he can't defend. We bring no mercy in the wind. He found shelter in a mine in town's back, surrounded by guns, but courage he lacked. Drank with his hands shaking hard on the glass, thinking the storm he caused might pass. We came slow like the plague in the rain, coats pulled tight, eyes cold with pain. Three riders out of hell, no words to say, just spurs, smoke, and judgment day. Forced, I hope you understand. Crow just laughed, red lit a match. I pulled my coat back and thumbed the catch. There's no mercy in the wind that blows, no safe place when the reaper knows. We ain't the law, but we don't pretend, we just bring the truth in the end. He cried, he crawled, but fate won't bend. There's no mercy in the wind. We left him where the blackbirds sing, hung by the door with a rustler's ring, then rode on out into the setting sun. The cattle safe, the blood dead dumb.